Labor Day evening, everyone. It's 21 News Chief Meteorologist Eric Wilhelm here. We're back with a fresh edition of Weather for Weather Geeks. The story, of course, the heat here locally. But we've got 2 more days to get through before some changes come our way. We're not going to make this an official heat wave, though, because at the airport today, 89 was the high, and you may know that in order for it to be classified as a heat wave in our part of the country, we generally think of that as 3 consecutive days with highs in the 90s. We'll probably crack 90 tomorrow and Wednesday, but we fell 1 degree short today. Some local thermometers certainly hit 90 this afternoon, and wow, what a change since Friday when it was real comfortable. We had 84 Saturday, 87 yesterday, and 89 on this Labor Day. This, of course, is above the average by a wide margin. 11 degrees warmer than average locally. It was 12 better than average in Pittsburgh. Some pretty impressive numbers for the first part of September. Thanks to everyone who stopped by the WFMJ tent at the Canfield Fair. I was there with Madison and Aaron and Dana from 10 to 2 on Saturday, 2 to 6 on Sunday. We got to talk to a lot of viewers, a lot of people who watched this video, had some really nice things to say, and I really, really appreciate the feedback and the compliments. The sun getting set to go down on this final evening of the Canfield Fair, where temperatures this afternoon were not far from 90, and certainly on the cement that everybody is walking around on, it got really, really hot this afternoon. We didn't have any severe weather this year, though, but it was a year ago today, actually the Sunday of the Canfield Fair and Labor Day weekend, that we had one doozy of a storm that rolled through Mahoning County and produced an EF0 tornado near Southern Park Mall. It wasn't on the ground for very long, but it did do some fairly minor damage to some structures near the mall. In addition to the EF0 tornado, it produced lots and lots of rain. We were witness to this at the Canfield Fairgrounds late in the afternoon a year ago today, when there was about yay much water on the ground, it seemed like. Everywhere you looked, it was an interesting trip back to my car, certainly at the end of that day. But yeah, 3-4 inches of rain was pretty common from the Canfield area through Boardman and then heading up into parts of Mercer County as well. You'll notice what a gradient there was outside of that storm zone. We didn't have quite as much rain. There was only about a half an inch worth of rain that whole day at the Youngstown Warren Airport up in Vienna. All right, across the country this evening, some showers and storms along the Mississippi Valley. This is actually our next weather maker out here, producing a threat for severe weather across the Black Hills this evening, and that's what tracks our way in a little more than 48 hours and brings about the, for some of us, for most of us, I would say, welcomed changes for the end of the week. I've gotten a lot of feedback of, people like the heat. It's a little hot for my taste, especially in September. But again, we're gonna do this once again on Tuesday with pretty much a rerun of today, maybe a degree or 2 hotter in the afternoon, a few fair weather clouds in the mix. Any showers and storms Tuesday afternoon stay well out to our west, closer to I-75, Dayton, Cincinnati, Lima, places like that. We'll be dry through most of the daylight hours on Wednesday. Towards Wednesday evening, we might get grazed by a shower or storm. Somewhat better chance of a shower or storm than Wednesday night and the parts of Thursday as this slow-moving system trudges through. At the very least, it's going to be a cloudier and cooler day Thursday. It'll still be kind of muggy. Chance of a shower and storm around. I think we'll notice the change in the air mass more so Thursday night into Friday as this heat ridge, this kind of bubble or bulge in the jet stream finally kicks east, and the pattern will kind of revert back to the pattern, the mean pattern, if you will, for a lot of the summer season. And that means here's our ridge over the southwest. Here's kind of a mean trough over the Great Lakes into the northeast. And what we mean by that is, on average, the pattern will feature that ridge in the west, trough in the Great Lakes and northeast. Once we see this new pattern kind of clicking back in at the end of this weekend to the weekend, it'll probably take us into much of next week. So a taste of October? No, not really, but certainly a lot more hospitable, a lot more comfortable weather heading our way, it looks like, as we head towards mid-September. So compared to the average, high temperatures will be 13, 14, 15 above average for the next couple of days, but then retreating to about average by the weekend, and we may even be below average by a degree to a few degrees for much of next week. And by the middle of next week, our average highs are down in the middle 70s. So we might have a handful of days next week in which we have a hard time getting out of the lower 70s for daytime highs. So hang in there. Better things are ahead. We'll be able to give those air conditioners a little bit more of a rest by the end of this week and this weekend and beyond. We'll take more extended looks at the longer range this week on Weather for Weather Geeks. So we'll do it again, same time, same place on Tuesday. I'll catch you then.